Now, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Let us continue from the point where we had left, right? So over here, the point under discussion was uh, every individual needs recognition from the other to ensure his selfhood. It means that we always depend upon others for the sake of recognition. And how in order to prove ourselves that we know the things. And this is the philosophy of life. These are the most important points which we want to share with you. And when the people come to know about you, then certainly they will recognize you. And you will certainly feel inner satisfaction that whatever you know, it is it is accepted by people. And here the best example that comes over here is uh, there is a story of master and slave. Okay, so there is a battle between these two. The slave loses by choosing a life of slavery over the death at the hands of his master. At the hands of his master. For example, on the one hand, you have the most powerful man who is standing in front of you. Okay, and on the other hand, you are helpless and empty-handed, and you don't have a lot of power to resist him. What you'll do? The master cannot enjoy his victory because a slave who is not equal in status cannot freely acknowledge or recognize his master, and his acknowledgement is forced. Right? So when authority is used uh, by the powerful man on less powerful man, then what will be the result? Will certainly means put weapons in front of him, and this is natural. Then over there, the master will enjoy, but and the servant or slave will certainly acknowledge, but the acknowledgement would not be based on the basis of logic or the logical philosophy anywhere. It will be only based on authority or the power that the person possesses, right? So it is very much clear that we cannot force people to realize means us or identify us that we are the most powerful people in the world. No, no. Philosophy certainly rejects such type of ideas, such type of power. Recognition is only possible by someone who is like the master in status. Status. It means that recognition mean should be on the basis of equal status. Suppose if you are a student of MA and you have other student like you, and he is also equal to you in social status, and when he recognizes you, then it means that it is the real recognition of yourself that you are the most important person. The master, by being served, loses contact with the reality. What will happen? That master, by using his force or his authority, will be very much away from reality. Okay, and becomes dependent. Through labor, a slave can achieve consciousness. But now see that slave will not stop his thinking. Slave will not stop the logical arguments. So it means that slave will start to think, and one day or the other he will be very much close to reality. As far as the master is concerned, then after getting such type of triumph over triumph over the less powerful men or poor men, he considers himself a conqueror. But in fact, he is not conqueror, right? And when he gets dominance upon the other, afterwards he will stop his labor, stop his thinking and each and everything, and will consider himself the most important person in the world. So it is entirely against the philosophy. Okay, if recognition is forced, doubts of master continue, legs being for others, as the other is removed. It means that now recognition cannot be forced at all. So this was about the recognition of man, about the self of man, about the identity of consciousness, and etc. Now here, fine art. What is the importance of fine art in the life of man? As far as the fine art is concerned, then Hegel looks at it in entirely different way. For him, the main goal of humanity is to come to full consciousness of the spirit. What is the aim of man in the world? That aim of man in the world is to have proper knowledge of spirit, or proper recognition of spirit, or consciousness of spirit. And the way to achieve that is philosophy. And if you want to achieve consciousness of spirit, the only way, only track to achieve it is philosophy and nothing else. The spirit or idea dwells within humans, and art gives it concrete form. So now see that all human beings possess spirit, right? And art is the most important thing which gives it a concrete form, a concrete shape, or solid shape, solid form. Artists' objects are superior to natural. Okay, so the aim and objective of artist is superior to natural objects. God made once because of the spiritual purpose. Almighty Allah created man only for the sake of spiritual purposes. Spiritual purposes means that man, when he will be in the world, then certainly he will try his level best to come close to Almighty Allah, come close to the Absolute One, and he will always think how to come into contact with his Lord. Sorry. So this is the uh, this is the aim. But natural objects can represent the outer world against which the self can achieve spiritual consciousness. Okay, natural objects. Outer world is there. For example, we have the sun, the moon, mountains, waterfalls, roses, gardens, greenery, and etc. Right? All these are natural objects. But all these natural objects certainly represent the outward type of thing. What is happening inside the mountain? Unknown to us. We simply have the outward of the appearance of the all the objects of nature. Right? So as far as the fine art is concerned, then here there's a detail of it. Another view of art is that it is the product of human activity by placing the work of art in relation to the external phenomena of nature. Okay, so the one of the work of art is to present the shape. It is to present the form that, and the form is always before us. The work of art attains the appearance of life only on its surface. On, on the surface of fine art, you will find simply life over there. But inside it is ordinary stone. But as far as the uh, statue is concerned, then uh, inside you will find certainly stone and nothing else. If it is made up of clay, you will find clay inside of it and nothing else. But when artist gives the shape to stone, it may be a shape of a man, or animal, or bird, or whatever. But behind the shape or inside the shape, you will find a stone and nothing else. Stone means a material of which it is made up of. External existence is not what makes the work into product of fine art, but the fact that it originates from the spirit. As far as the shape is concerned, form is concerned, then in fact it is a form before you, but it is the product of spirit. It is the product of idea that lies in the spirit. It now belongs to the territory of the spirit. It means that it is it is the property of a spirit. From where it has emanated or it has come out, right? Hegel and nature. Nature has presented itself as the idea in the form of otherness. Nature is in the form. Okay? Hegel asserts the superiority of man made artistic objects to God made natural ones by appealing to their spiritual purpose. It means now he is going to compare man or artistic made type of made objects and Almighty Allah are God's made natural ones. Okay? As we have natural objects, and all these natural objects have been created by Almighty Allah Himself. On the other hand, we have artistic work, but he finds, by he I mean Hegel finds more spiritual type of purpose in the artistic made objects. God is more honored by what the spirit makes than by the productions and formation of the nature. It means that Almighty Allah is the most powerful, Almighty Allah is the omnipotent, Almighty Allah is omnipresent, and Almighty Allah is the best creator. So that's why in religion we have Almighty Allah, Musawwir. And I also share the means same idea in the light of the glorious verses of Holy Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. لَقَدْ خَلَقَنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. I have created the man in the best stature. I have created the man in the best form. Okay? So here, Hegel is of the view that when Almighty Allah created man, then simply with certain purpose and the purpose of life as well, that the spirit is in man. So Almighty Allah has created the man with spirit, but that spirit also possesses the number of, or the countless, not number of, but the countless qualities and characteristics, right? And when artist comes in the world, then he expresses or he utilizes his those special qualities and characteristics bestowed by Almighty Allah to him, and utilizes all those things and create the things over here in the form of art. So here, when he creates more and more things over here in the world, or when he discloses the secrets of nature by means creating the things, or means by presenting more and more the work of art, it means that Almighty Allah has only once created man, but now man will move forward and will disclose all the secrets of nature, and will draw attention of the rest of the human beings again towards their creator. So that's why whenever we means look at the work of art, either they are statues, they are pictures, or they are means other fine artwork, or it is a literature, it is poetry, or whatever, then we go into the deep of the things, and we start thinking that what a man he is, that what an artist he is, or what a literary figure he is, who has opened our eyes and he has taken us towards the creator, right? So for not only is there something divine in man, but it is active in him in the form of appropriate to being of God in a totally different and higher manner than it is in the nature. It means that each and everything is active in human beings. So that's why they produce the work of art. God is a spirit, and in man alone does the medium through which the divine passes. Okay, so man is the medium. So he calls man a medium. Medium means a source. Source means a way. Now, for example, let us ask from the glorious Quran that what is the message of Almighty Allah over there. So, so Almighty Allah says in the glorious Quran that He was a hidden treasure. So that's why He wanted to disclose Himself on earth. So and He uh, made man, and man is a vice grant of Almighty Allah. So here the Hegel is of the view that man is nothing, but he is only the source, or he is the medium through which Almighty Allah wants to uh, uh, disclose the things to, means in the world, and man possesses a spirit, and the rest of the responsibility falls on means artists, that they may come up with the new type of uh, uh, creativities in order to draw the attention of people again towards the creator. So here, spirit of man is simply medium, and and body body means this is a form, this is a concrete form. Have you ever thought that means after death what happens? Body is nothing, it is made up of dust, and it mixes up with the dust, and the same. And whenever Allah wills, or whenever He means He will command to come, then all the people will certainly means come out of their graves, and will uh, follow the command of Almighty Allah. That is called resurrection. So means up to these points, we have come only one thing, that we have only understood one thing, that how does Hegel draw our attention towards the reality or towards the absolute one, right? Are you listening to me, please?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Is this are these things very much clear, or still they need more explanation regarding understanding of them?
Sir, the things are quite clear. We have understood the idea of Hegel.
Okay. Now, means we will certainly move forward, and I think that you can easily see there are 19 more and more pages on the same, and we will certainly learn the different type of philosophies which have been poured over here. And here, text has also been quoted. You will also find a few means certain lines from the text, and I have means italics that them, or you will find them in the form of italics, right? And then we will also have a number of other things as well. I wanted to clear each and every point that at least throughout your lives you may not forget Hegel, right? So I I know very well that there's a Komal, and when she speaks, and certainly she possesses such type of level that all these things are not very much difficult for her. But we also have rest of the students in the class, and if they are not very much clear, then they may ask question that we may move forward. Apart from Komal and a few others as well in your class, in the class. Komal, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, so with the grace of, as I didn't want to mention the names of my students over here. Otherwise, the rest of the student will certainly mind it. Means whatever we have learned from here, that self and real self realization, self consciousness, and identification of one's and etc. Okay, on the basis of all these things, we are identified by people. Now see that.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yes, yes, please. Now, what to do to Maria Malik and Tahmina, and they are trying their level best to enter the class. Now, see that it is very, very difficult for me. That when we discussed a lot, then afterwards, if you are simply going to attend the class, then it seems very strict to me. Let us move forward, please. Now, see, this is prefatory remarks. Prefatory remarks means that introductory remarks are this is the introduction or the uh, uh, introduction of his philosophy. Now, see that whatever points we have discussed over here before moving forward, and then these are the most important points. Okay, and then in the coming lines, we will learn that. What are other points which are of great significance over here, and one of them is aesthetics or aesthetic pleasure, right? Hegel begins by describing a lecture as devoted to aesthetics and briefly comments on them. Now, see that aesthetics or aestheticism is one of the most important point in literature and in fine art as well, right? So the now over here means definition. Definition is essential to be learned in order to clarify the idea. The word aesthetics, taken literally, is not wholly satisfactory, since aesthetics means more precisely the science of sensation. Science of sensations mean that when We perceive the things with the help of our senses. Okay, and sensation also means that when we feel the things whenever they touch us, of feeling. Okay, the science of sensation, science of feeling. In this sense, it had its origin as a new science, or rather, something which for the first time was to become a philosophical discipline. And certainly, this is the philosophical discipline as well. He admits the world is inadequate and superficial, but will keep using it since there's no such satisfactory replacement and it has passed into common speech. Okay, so these words are certainly superficial. Sometimes what happens, why he calls all these words superficial type of things? Sometimes what happens that words cannot carry the real philosophies, and we don't have some any other way apart from that we to use those words and nothing else. And sometimes you might have felt yourselves that we want to speak something, but we are unable to understand that